All right, hello everyone. This is Kill2 back with Riot Neo. We kicked those dudes out of here. We are now looking at Circle of Two versus the Wrong Alliance. CO2 have brought one Abaddon, one Dominix, one Harbinger, a Damnation, a Guardian, two Sabers, and two Thrashers.
And despite the slightly lingering smell of failure, there are two Maelstroms, a Drake, two Ishtars, two Ishkurs, a Stiletto, and two Hyenas for the Wrong Alliance.
And I'm going to try and look in here at the ranges right now. It looks like at least a good portion of the Wrong Alliance team is pretty close to the beacon. Their battleships, or sorry, their Drakes and Ishkurs. Drake and Ishkur. And the entire CO2 team has warped to maybe 30k from the beacon at a pretty close angle. So most of these ships are really close together, or at least close enough together that there'll be a lot going on pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the Maelstrom and whether or not these ones are going to perform a little bit better than some of the last uses we've seen. It's a great ship. It has an amazing tank on it, a massive rep, and it is capable of doing a lot of damage. Now, it's well known that it does a little bit more damage with lasers rather than projectiles, but, that's a balance issue. I've been told they might be looking into it.
Yeah, Lejeune Romana brought a lot of Maelstroms to the tournament, and they actually did really well with them, considering that, as far as I could tell, their setup didn't have a whole lot of synergy. It was kind of straightforward, and Maelstroms, are a really good ship, but I think that it's hard to develop any synergy in this tournament with them, so we'll see how they do here. And they also brought Ishtars, which is another ship that doesn't really exceed so far in this tournament in any kind of synergy or success.
Yeah, and it's a lot of points to put into an Ishtar. I mean, you've got a lot of other options out there, and you really need to have a very specific role for each one of those hacks. And the match is underway, seeing drones going already, hobgoblins and other damaged drones flying around. Looks like they have already primaried the Maelstrom for the Wrong Alliance.
Yeah, Wrong Alliance Maelstrom taking too much damage, in my opinion. That Guardian now taking damage for CO2. And we already lost a Hyena as well for the Wrong Alliance. I'm sure those Thrashers and Sabers sent out to take care of Friggs right away. That second Hyena going down pretty fast.
And that's exactly what those things are for. I mean, really, you're looking at the Thrashers and the Sabers to be doing a whole lot of anti-Frig damage, and then eventually put that damage wherever they possibly can to be effective. Now, that Maelstrom for the Wrong Alliance taking a lot of shield damage. He's trying to rep it all back, but he seems a little slow on the draw there as we lose another ship for the Wrong Alliance.
Yeah, this Maelstrom definitely a local tank. I mean, there's nothing really else you can do with them. They're bonus for it, and there's no logistics here to give them support. And it's not enough. There's a lot of damage on this on the CO2 team, and unless those Frigs were able to put a lot of EWAR on the field along with the Ishtars to keep these CO2 ships from doing any damage, there really wasn't any hope, I think, to begin with. And this Maelstrom now hurting really bad.
Yeah, he's probably going to pop, but the question is the Guardian for the Circle of Two team going to go down with him? It is possible as he gets a couple reps in, as he is bleeding into structure, but so is the Guardian pilot. This could get interesting. I mean, that Guardian is going to be providing a whole lot of logistic support to the entire team, unless it's bait, but it just doesn't look like that. So as both are in structure, it looks like the Maelstrom is going to be the first one to pop, although getting a couple of last volleys in on the Guardian pilot.
Now, CO2, that Guardian hurting, and that's really important, but there goes the Maelstrom, and also the CO2 Sabers and Thrashers definitely winning the support fight here. They went to battle for sure with the Ishkurs and the Hyenas and came out ahead. They lost one Thrasher, but only one Ishkur left on the Wrong Alliance side now. So that Harb for CO2, also really low armor. I would assume that CO2's damage will now be headed for that second Maelstrom, which it looks like it's doing a better job tanking, actually.
Yeah, he seems like he's doing a little bit better job keeping track of things as we lose another Ishkur. That Harbinger about to pop. There's still a lot of damage on the field for both sides. Those Ishtars getting, basically fully bonus drones. That Drake able to do quite a lot of damage at range. And the Maelstrom just, a beast when it comes to Minmatar battleships. Personally, I prefer the Typhoon, but the Maelstrom is pretty much awesome.
Some information you guys might not be able to see from there. These Ishtars have dropped sentry drones. I see a lot of curators towards the middle of the field. As well, the Ishtar's running at least some sort of shield tank. I see Involin's running on one of the Ishtars, so that definitely takes up slots that could have been tracking disruptors and might have given them a better chance in this particular fight.
And it looks like the other Maelstrom about to drop. He's already hitting armor, and Unfortunately, like a Caldari ship, a shield-tanking Mimitar ship doesn't exactly have a whole lot of hit points to armor tank with. So once those shields are completely gone, they do have a tendency to pop pretty quickly. He gets in a couple last little minute reps, but it looks like he's going to drop before the Hurricane does over here for the Circle of Two team. Now, it's interesting. I think that these Sabres are probably doing a really great job of either tracking disrupting. Is that what I see going on? They may actually have the advantage when it comes to the E-Warfare as the last Maelstrom pops.
There goes that Maelstrom. So yeah, just 3 ships left for the Wrong Alliance. They're going out pretty decisively here. Although there goes another Hurricane for CO2. So right now, just the 2 battleships in the Damnation, along with 2 Sabres and a Thrasher left for CO2, 2 Ishtars, and a Drake still remaining for the Wrong Alliance. We're seeing a lot of target painting from the CO2 team, which is something us commentators have been arguing about all weekend. I think bringing 7 target painters or whatever this team has is too much, but I shouldn't say that, I guess, since they're doing a great job in this fight. That Ishtar going to be the next target. It's definitely tackled by one of these Sabres. They're providing really awesome support in this match, and that Ishtar is going down pretty fast.
Yeah, there's a reason why I love the Thrasher hull, and the Saber and the Thrasher just are amazing ships. Now, 7 target painters, probably too much. Target painting is very useful, but really above 3, you're not going to see a whole lot of benefit to just about any ship. Looks like, though, that error... wow, that Ishtar just exploded. Look, what a beautiful shot. Love watching those things go pop. But yeah, the Wrong Alliance down to 2 ships, a battle cruiser, and a hack.
Yeah, not much going on here for the Wrong Alliance. I think both of these teams were kind of long shots, or teams that we didn't really see coming and kept doing well, or at least kept getting matches that were were a good thing for them to be fighting against in the particular match. The Wrong Alliance barely getting through a really tough fight with Hun Reloaded earlier, and certainly proving their worth in the tournament. CO2 done a great job as well, and it's good to see them moving on. They're kind of maybe the biggest no-name so far, and it's remaining as far as I can see.
Yeah, Circle of Two, when they pull this out, they're going to be fighting the winner of the Beyond Virginity and Red Overlord fight. 2 very tough teams, so that's going to be interesting to see what happens. If they make that all the way through, they're going to be facing off either against Pandemic Legion or Manifest Destiny. Destiny also very, very good teams. That Drake well past peak recharge and dropping into low shields. He won't last probably more than about another 15 seconds.
And with the Drake going down, I'd say that this Ishtar needs an awesomeness level of at least 9,000 for them to have a chance in this fight. What do you think, Riot?
I don't know. I can't do math. There's stuff on the screen and it's moving around, and I quit this game already.
CO2 is almost as good as Hydra Reloaded. I can't believe it.
Hydra Reloaded? Oh my god! I didn't even know Hydra was on the field. What is going on today?
Anyway, CO2 still doing good. They had a Saber that took quite a bit of damage, but it's not going to make any difference. Just 1 Ishtar left to get tackled, and then the damage will hit it, and that'll be pretty much good game for the Wrong Alliance.
Yeah, this is going to be about it. Frederick, holding on for his team, being that final guy, trying to pull out the hero tank. Now, interesting that they did do the shield tank. The shield tank on the Ishtar is an effective fit for mission running. I haven't really seen it used in PvP, not at least since the nano nerf happened a while back. It's just not as effective with the Tech 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's always been kind of an option to run the Ishtar like a Vagabond with some shield extenders and a little resistances and try to keep it at range. But for the tournament, it needs, like I said, it lacks synergy. There's nothing really going for a team that's running some random shield tanks, and with mid slots being so important in the tournament for electronic warfare, unless you have a really good reason to give it up, like a team that's bent on a certain Basilisk fit or, I don't know, some range abuse or something, there's really no excuse, I think, to get rid of the E-War in favor of the shield tank.
No, and I would definitely agree. And in the same stroke, look at that. Too many target painters. Even though Circle of Two dominating this match, they're clearly wasting some of those mid slots for things that they could have put remotes or sensor damps on, or even remote ECCM or something to boost their team. But that's going to be it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pass this right on back to Uncle Soundwave.